What's going on, guys? This is Snoo603 and Fake Thriller, and welcome to another episode of our Battlefield 3 weapon reviews. Today, we're looking at the Scar L. This gun is available for the Assault class only. It is unlocked after completing the assignment titled Set Us Up the Bomb from the Close Quarters DLC, which requires 20 kills with the underslung grenade launcher and 15 kills with hand grenades.
A little bit of weapon info for you guys on the Scar L. The place of origin is Belgium. The magazine capacity is 30 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. The fire rate is a low 620 rounds per minute. The fire type is limited to full auto and semi-auto. The reload time is 2.35 seconds with the bullet chambered, or 3 seconds flat if you run the magazine completely dry. And the damage for the Scar L is 25 hit points of damage per bullet at 8 meters. And trails down to a minimum of 18.4 hit points of damage per bullet at 50 meters.
The Scar L is one of the new assault rifles courtesy of the Close Quarters DLC, and it's surprisingly good given that it's such a slow-firing weapon. To me, the two most important factors behind what makes a gun good is its fire rate and its recoil pattern. For the most part, fire rate reigns supreme in Battlefield 3, and that's something I've said many times. However, there are some exceptions to this rule. The standout feature about the Scar L to me is its low recoil pattern. Firing this gun full auto is very manageable, even if it's not the best idea for all situations, but it can be done. That extra stability that I get compared to most of the other guns in this game really lends the Scar L to being a trustworthy weapon. The low recoil, coupled with a 31 round magazine and respectable reload times, all point to the fact that this is an excellent gun. The only slight drawback to the Scar L is its fire rate. At 620 rounds per minute, it's not the most ideal weapon to be taking to the front lines and engaging in close quarters combat. The Scar L really excels from medium to long range. Ideally, you want to set yourself up to engage the enemy just a few meters behind the front line guys, offering consistent firepower from a distance that the gun excels at most. With all that being said, I do think that in some cases, the Scar L can be an effective close quarters weapon as well. The really low recoil allows you to put almost all your shots on target. This is where the exception to the rule fire rate reigns supreme comes into play. A low recoil gun that allows you to be extremely efficient for putting shots on target can be far more deadly than a high fire rate weapon in the hands of a relatively skilled player. My preferred attachment for the Scar L is the reflex red dot sight, the underslung rail, and the heavy barrel. The heavy barrel just really plays into the strengths of the Scar L, being that it's much better for those medium to long range engagements. I'm going to give the Scar L a 5 out of 5. As I've already said, the fire rate would lead you to believe it's not a great close quarters gun, but given how incredibly stable this gun is, even at full auto, that stability can help you be incredibly efficient with your shots on target, and can really make up for a low fire rate. Beyond that, the Scar L is a force to be reckoned with at any other range.
The Scar L is a relatively slow-firing weapon that relies more on accurate shot placement rather than high rate of fire bullet spam. The Scar's recoil pattern pulls equally to the left and right, and only a slight pull up. This makes for a comfortable weapon even when firing full auto. The weapon was released in the Close Quarters expansion, but ironically I wouldn't recommend using it on small maps simply because of its rate of fire. We've mentioned before that slow rate of fire weapons are at a disadvantage in hip-fire fights, and the Scar L is no exception. The gun excels in larger areas and in situations where smart play and positioning are rewarded. The Scar L shares many qualities with the L85A2, and my rating is one of them. I'm giving the Scar L a 4 out of 5. It's a good weapon that can make use of a multitude of playstyles and attachments.
Alright guys, that's going to wrap up yet another shustybang Battlefield 3 weapon review. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Overall, the Scar L has earned 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Alright guys, as always, we're interested to know what you think of this weapon, so leave us a comment and tell us what you would rate it and why. Also, if you could rate the video with either a like or a dislike, we would appreciate it. And finally, if you're interested to see what we think of the other weapons in Battlefield 3, check the description for a link that will take you to the entire playlist. Thanks for watching.